to the wins. All right, let's start off with wins. All right, any wins since we last spoke?
Oh yeah, we got it to that 189, 190 range. Like, honestly, I didn't think I was gonna make it, but when I hopped on that scale and I saw it, I was like, man, I did it. It's like, it's already 10 pounds right there, so
Let's go. Hell yeah.
there we get.
And this is to say you haven't even, as far as this training program goes, this transformation training program, you haven't even scratched the surface. That's barely scratching the surface. And what we're gonna do in this call, just put a couple important variables into context and make sure we're modifying and engaging acute variables every single session, okay?
Hey, what's good, fam? Clarke here from Alphall Kinetics. Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to the Level Up series. I just want to start off by thanking you guys for stopping by the channel. This series is a big part of my personal life's work. By that I mean just about a decade ago, I had visions of providing value in a manner that would help people make, real, true, measurable progress and render great results. Now, with that, over the course of the past several years, I've finally been able to bring those visions into fruition, having had the privilege to work with some of the most driven military men and women. In addition to that, I've also been able to work with civilians in and outside of the country to transform the fitness aspect of their lives, which has been most rewarding. Having said that, in this vlog I'll be going over tips, techniques, and some of the best push training exercises I've used to render great results for myself, as well as the awesome individuals I have had the privilege to work with. Something noteworthy, I'll also have some bonus content at the end for those of you who stick around, so do stay tuned. Okay, let's get it. Okay, so in the first upper body training session in this series, we actually started with a flat bench as our primary compound chest exercise. So this time around, we're going to switch things up and start off with the incline barbell bench press. In doing so, we'll objectively leverage more of the workload from the middle to the upper region of the pectorals, mainly soliciting activation of the clavicular head, ultimately helping you to create a well-rounded chest. Now the second exercise we're going to do is the flat dumbbell bench press. Now in terms of motion, this exercise has the same layout as a previously mentioned barbell bench press we used in that upper body training session. The only bonus to this exercise, or the only thing this exercise really has over the flat barbell bench press, is that additional stretch you're able to give your pectoral muscles with a greater range of motion in the eccentric movement. The next exercise we're going to execute is a kettlebell tall kneeling overhead press. Now this exercise partially takes the lower limbs out of the equation, which adds a little bit of difficulty to the press by preventing your body from cheating the weights upwards through the concentric range of motion or downwards through the eccentric range of motion, which allows you to hone in on your form and focus on the movement and muscle being worked rather than the workload being used. Another unique attribute of this exercise is the fact that you're less liable to tilt your torso backward and arc your back, because with this stance, you can objectively counter this tendency by exhaling and flexing your abs while keeping your ribcage tight to support the full range of motion. The next exercise is going to be incline lateral raise. So the beauty behind this exercise or incline lateral stance is that we can objectively leverage the workload from the interior head, which we've been hitting for the most part with our previous exercises, and focus more on the lateral with a bit of the posterior head activation or engagement. It's important to focus on squeezing the shoulder blades rather than traps in this position. Also important to note that the more you lower the bench, the more of your upper posterior chain is going to be activated or engaged. Now the fifth exercise is going to be a superset, and the first part of that superset is going to be a kneeling unilateral fly. As with any unilateral movement, this is going to help develop a aesthetically balanced physique, equally distributing the workload on both sides, one limb at a time. The second exercise for this superset is going to be kinetic isometric cable press. So as seen in the video, it's a close grip movement that will allow us to optimize activation of the mid region of the pectorals, while the incline position is also going to help us leverage the workload to the upper region of the pecs. I try to focus more on contracting and activating the pecs through the full range of motion, ultimately honing in on that mind to muscle connection. Rolling into the sixth exercise. This is going to be the second and final superset for this training session. The first part of the superset is going to be a unilateral cable pushdown. Now with a supinated grip or underhand grip as seen in the video, you're going to extend your forearm down throughout the full range of motion, focusing on fully contracting your triceps while extending your arm. This exercise mainly works the lateral head, but by placing your elbows or pushing your elbows a little bit behind your body, your torso, you can elicit extra activation and contraction of the long head, which is important to note. The second part of this superset is going to be some triceps cable pull apart. Now this is going to allow us to attack the triceps from a completely different angle, more specifically from the frontal plane as opposed to the conventional sagittal plane that you're used to. Now standing or kneeling as seen in this video, what you're going to do is grab some cables. You're going to put your elbows at a fixed position where your arms are a little bit below the shoulder blades, and then you're going to extend your forearms out, contracting your triceps. And it's important for you to stay focused on primarily activating your triceps rather than your traps or rear delts, which are also going to be engaged at this fixed position. And that's pretty much all she wrote. Thanks again for stopping by the channel. I really do hope you found some sort of value in this video. If you did, listen, show your boy some love, hit that thumbs up. If you have any questions, comments, concerns, drop in the comment section below. You just want to say what's up, drop in the comment section below and I'll get back to you ASAP. Something important to note is the fact that subsequent videos are going to complement this push training session in its entirety. So I do hope to see you in the next video, which is going to take place here, same place, same time, next week. Turn on that notification bell so you don't miss it. And like I said earlier on in this video, I do have bonus content. So for you guys that have stuck around to this point, I pretty much designed a full layout for this training session, downloadable file. You can snag that in the description box below. If it's something you find useful, just reach out and let me know. That way I'm sure to include it in subsequent videos. That pretty much wraps up this video. Until next time, peace.